does it mean to put it on ice or to have ice in your veins? Is it a good thing or a bad thing if you can sell ice to Eskimos? Ice idioms, that's what we're going to talk about today. Hi there, thank you for checking out my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. If this is the first video that you're watching from my channel, I make educational and motivational content. So if you don't want to miss any of my new uploads, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that bell icon. Now, if you find na medyo iba yung quality ng video na ito sa usual kong content, it's because this video is special. It's actually part of our Learn to Teach series. And ang plan ko for that series is to help encourage teachers and other educational content creators to put up their content using whatever phone or gadget that they have on hand. And right now, I'm using the POCO phone na X3. Yan yung ginagamit ko sa pag-film nito, sa pag-record nito, at sa full lesson din natin mamaya. So again, it just proves that whatever you have, you can use for a video. Okay? And if you want more information about the Learn to Teach series, I already talked about how to use an Android phone, an iPhone, and marami pang ibang mga tips sa paggawa ng educational content. You can click right here on the I button para mahanap ninyo yung playlist na yun. Okay? Now, again, ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon ay yung Ice Idioms. But before we do that, just a quick little plug. If you want to help support this channel and our cause to democratize education in the Philippines, one way that you can do that is through buying our merch. Aside from the shirts, hoodies, and other stuff that I designed, available na rin yung mga Never Stop Learning at Trying Hard na mugs that you can buy din for you and your friends. So salamat sa mga bumili na, sa mga bibili pa lang, maraming salamat din. Let's jump into the lesson na.
Okay, so ito yung ating video on Ice Idioms. And again, this is part of our Idiomacy series, no? We're going to talk about yung mga idioms concerning cold and ice. There are going to be 9 of them in this video. And ilista lang natin sila really quickly. You have cold shoulder, break the ice, on thin ice, put it on ice, tip of the iceberg, ice queen, ice in your veins, sell ice to Eskimos, and cut snow ice. Now, I will lead with this, no? Again, marami na tayo na-discuss ng mga idioms. So, if you haven't seen the other videos yet, nakalink naman siya dito sa I-button sa taas. But, if you also want to watch yung ating tutorial on how you can make this type of video lesson, nandun din siya sa description sa baba, yung Learn to Teach series natin. Okay? Now, let's start with the very first one, yung cold shoulder. Medyo familiar sa atin to kasi I guess normal din sa mga Pilipino yung kapag nagagalit, binibigyan ng silent treatment yung ibang tao or hindi pinapansin. Ang cold shoulder is to ignore or disregard someone. Actually, it's to give them the cold shoulder. Okay? Minsan ginagamit din siya as a verb, so ginagawang cold shouldering. Pero pag ginawa natin yun, lalagyan na natin ng hyphen sa cold shoulder. Okay? Or actually, ng dash, no? Now, yung example natin would be something like this. Sabi niya, I know you're mad. You've been giving me the blank since yesterday. Alam ko nagagalit ka sa akin kasi kahapon mo pa ako hindi pinapansin. Or kahapon mo pa ako sinusungitan. Kahapon mo pa ako hindi sinasagot. So, the answer here would be cold shoulder. Okay? You've been giving me the cold shoulder since yesterday. Now, yung next natin is break the ice. Ito medyo mas common, no? Merong isang soda company na ito yung kanilang tagline and meron ding mga candies na icebreakers. Favorite ko yun, yung icebreakers na SARS. And of course, yung mga cards, di ba? Na ginagamit din natin kapag may mga gathering, mga org meets, mga church youth group events, ganun. Icebreaker din tawag natin. Kasi, ang break the ice means to get a conversation started or to get a meeting started. Basta, yung to break the ice, ibig sabihin, mag-start na or mag-initiate ka ng something. So, if you say something like this, a simple greeting paired with a good smile is a good way to break the ice. So, again, kung mag-hi ka daw, tapos nakangiti ka, it's a good way para mag-start ng conversation. Okay? Yung next natin is on thin ice. Yung on thin ice, I also have a TikTok video na rin ito. So if you don't follow me yet on TikTok, it's at Team Lyqa on TikTok. Meron din tayong Idiomacy series doon. Ang ibig sabihin nito is to be in a dangerous or risky situation. Sa mga pelikula, di ba may mga eksena tayo na yung naglalakad yung bida doon sa isang frozen lake or pond. tapos manipis yung ice, di ba? Tapos nakikita natin magsisimula na siyang mag-break. Sa mga times na gano'n, di ba, binabagalan ng ating mga bida yung paggalaw nila. Kasi nga, they are basically walking or skating on thin ice. Yun yung feeling na binibigay nito. Again, parang delikado ka na, no? Kumbaga, sa trabaho, malapit ka nang ma-fire. Sa relationship, malapit ka nang iwanan. Ganun kasi naiinis na talaga sa'yo. So, maikli na yung pasensya ng ibang tao sa'yo. Or, you feel na you are in danger. Okay? So, if you have an example like this, sabi niya, try not to make too much noise. We're blank with the librarian. Ibig sabihin, naiinis na yung librarian, papaalisin na tayo at any moment kasi ang ingay-ingay natin. So, huwag ka nang maingay kasi we are on thin ice with the librarian. Malapit na siyang magalit talaga sa atin. Next, we have put it on ice. Yung put it on ice, kasi di ba, ang ice ginagamit din natin to preserve things para hindi siya masira agad. Kaya tayo may freezer, di ba, talagyan natin yung ating meat para hindi siya mag-rot. So, to put it on ice, parang sinasabi mo na sinisave mo siya for later. Kasi ang ibig sabihin nito is to delay doing anything about a plan or to not acknowledge it right now. Iba siya dun sa cold shoulder kasi yung cold shoulder, hindi mo ang pinapansin kasi masama loob mo, kasi galit ka, no? Pero ang put it on ice is ide-delay mo lang siya. Okay? So, parang wag muna natin to pag-usapan, wag muna natin to simulan kasi busy pa tayo. For example, if you have something like this, and this is real, by the way, I plan to visit my sister in Japan, but I had to put it on ice because of the pandemic. So, yan, nakapag-research na sa visa, nagpe-prepare ng papers, no? Pero dahil nga nagkaroon ng pandemic, I had to put it on ice or i-delay ko muna or hindi ko muna itutuloy yung plano. Okay? Now, next, we have tip of the iceberg. Ang iceberg, if hindi kayo familiar with it, di ba? Yung mga nakanood na ng Titanic dyan, di ba? Iceberg right ahead. Yun yung part ng isang malaking bloke ng yelo, di ba? Kadalasan kasing laki ng mga bundok yan. Pero yung dulo niya lang, yun yung nakalutang sa tubig. Pero ang iceberg kasi, sa ilalim nun, mas malaki yung part na hindi mo nakikita. So, yung pinaka-idiom na tip of the iceberg, yung sabihin niya is that this is just the beginning or a small part of an even bigger problem or situation. Okay? Kung kunwari, sabihin natin yung mga teachers dyan, di ba? May estudyante tayo na napapamura o palamura. Di ba? That is just the tip of the iceberg. Kasi yun ay maliit na bagay, malamang mas malaki pang problema yung behind that. Okay? So if you have a sentence like this, or actually a series of sentences like this, that incident isn't an isolated case. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Yung incident na yan, yung nangyari na yan ngayon, yung isang sitwasyon na yon, hindi yan isolated case. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Okay? So again, meron pang mas malaking problema na kailangan i-address. Next, ice queen. Now, yung ice queen, ginagamit ito kadalasan sa babae, no? Kasi nga queen, no? So it's a metaphor, an idiom for a cold-hearted woman. Yung tipong parang hindi siya madaling ma-frazzle or kabahan, hindi siya masyadong emotional, no? So that is what we call yung ice queen. Although, this is not something I encourage you to go around using kasi medyo ano pa rin siya, derogatory pa rin siya, no? Now, an example would be something like this. She's not an ice queen. She just knows what she wants. Diba? Pag meron tayong mga nakilala na babae na yung, kumaga, hindi sila masyadong emotional or masyadong outward sa emosyon. Instead, they focus on tasks at hand. Madalas kinatawag na ice queen. Okay? Now, next we have this, ice in your veins or minsan ice water in your veins. Ginagamit natin ito if it's someone who remains calm under pressure. Ibig sabihin, nangangarag na lahat, natataranta na lahat, pero itong tao na to, relaxed pa rin siya. You could say na, oh, you have ice water in your veins. For example, sabi dito, why are you so calm? You must have ice water in your veins. Kung nagkakagulo na lahat, natataranta na lahat, pero siya, ano pa rin siya, collected pa rin siya, calm pa rin siya, cool pa rin siya, at nakafocus pa rin siya, yun ay someone who has ice water in their veins. Okay? Next, sell ice to Eskimos. So, this is a person who is able to persuade people. Smooth talker siya, di ba? Yung minsan, di ba, may kakilala tayong ganyan, yung kahit, isasabi na kahit, ano daw, kaya ibenta, no? Or mabulaklak yung dila. For example, sabi dito, don't listen to him if you want to save money. Di ba may mga ganyan, di ba? Huwag mong panoorin yung videos niya, mapapabili ka ng mga pinopromote niyang products. Or huwag mong kausapin kasi bibili ka ng insurance sa kanya kasi magaling siya magsalita. Parang ganun yung setting. So don't listen to him if you want to save money. He can sell ice to Eskimos. Now, bakit ganon? Again, when we're dealing with idioms, although ang original talagang setting niyan is that completely unrelated yung idiom dun sa kanyang meaning, di ba? Ibig sabihin hindi literal. Pero you can still infer kung ano yung ibig sabihin. Kasi bakit nga ba sell ice to Eskimos? Now, ang Eskimos kasi nakatira sila sa coldest parts ng world, right? So, ibig sabihin, they live their lives surrounded by ice. So, para makapagbenta ka ng ice sa Eskimos, talagang hindi madali yun. Kasi nga, di ba, nakukuha nila ng libre yun. No? Yun yung sinasabi na selling ice to Eskimos. It takes a lot of persuasiveness para makapagbenta ka ng ice sa Eskimos. Or makapagbenta ka ng tubig sa isda. Parang ganun. So, next, we have cut snow ice. Itong cut snow ice, it means that whatever happens, it doesn't have any influence or effect sa'yo. Okay? So, it doesn't cut any ice with me. So, kapag it cuts no ice, hindi ako apektado. Wala itong influence sa akin. Okay? Alright, now it's your turn. We're going to have a quick quiz. And I'm going to give you time. You're going to pick which idiom to use for each sentence. Again, medyo pilit to usually, pero I hope makuha nyo pa rin yung mga context clues natin. And then, sulat nyo lang kung ano yung order ng mga idioms sa inyong sagot. At of course, if you're participating sa ating YouTube video, type nyo rin sa comments sa baba. Okay? And if you're ready with your pen and paper, your timer starts now. Alright, let's see how you did. So, simulan natin sa una. Sabi, I have been called and blank so many times in my life. Medyo personal sa akin itong set ng examples na ito. Bear with me. The correct answer is Ice Queen. So, natatawag akong masungit, mataray, mayabang, unemotional, no, cold. And a few days ago, I just got a comment saying na kawawa naman daw yung magiging boyfriend ko kasi masyado akong masungit or masyado akong dominante, no? So, yan, Ice Queen. I have been called an Ice Queen so many times in my life. And ang context niyan would be all of the sentences na kasunod nitong sentence na ito. Kasi it describes someone na medyo ang perception sa kanya ay cold, no? Next, people think that I'm giving them a blank because I'm not as outgoing as other people. So, akala ng ibang tao, binibigyan ko sila ng cold shoulder or sinusungitan ko sila kasi hindi ako as friendly or outgoing as other people. Next, it's hard for me to blank and start a conversation with new people. So, it's hard for me to start a conversation. Ibig sabihin, break the ice. Next, I tend to focus on the tasks at hand and react to problems like I have blank. So, ito medyo mas tricky ng kaunti. Sabi niya, ako nagfo-focus kasi ako sa tasks and I react to problems like I have, ano ba yung reaction sa problema? So, dahil naka-focus siya, dahil ang reaction niya ay siguro probably calm din and collected, it would be ice in my veins. Kumbaga, nagkakaroon ng problema, yung iba, siguro nag-iiyakan na sa classroom, parang ganun. Pero tahimik pa rin siya, naka-focus pa rin siya doon sa, pero kailangan natin tapusin to. Okay? Next, it may seem like the gossip-ridden whispers blank with me, but they still hurt. Ito medyo may onting trick na dito kasi yung word na but, no? A lot of people think that kapag but, pareho lang siya sa end. And we have a video on yung conjunctions natin, yung fanboys. Ililink ko na rin sa taas if you haven't seen that yet. Pero, pag sabing but, ibig sabihin kabaliktaran yung kasunod na statement. So, yung they still hurt, di ba? Ang kabaliktaran yan, ibig sabihin, akala ng mga tao, hindi masakit. Okay? So, ang answer here would be cuts no eyes. Parang akala nila yung mga chismisan or negative comments, hindi na ako naapektuhan, but they still hurt. Okay? Next, I just blank so I can fulfill my purpose. So, I just put it on ice. Ibig sabihin, hindi ko muna ninanamnam or hindi ko muna hinahayaan na maramdaman ko ng todo yung mga masasakit. I put it on ice. Dinedelay ko yan kasi kailangan kong tapusin yung aking purpose. Okay? Or in my case, to create content. I know it seems like I can blank. Okay? I know it seems like I can blank, but each time I talk, shoot a video, or write a comment still feels like skating blank. So, yung una, parang sinasabi niya, I know it seems like madali lang ito sa akin, no? So, the best idiom there would be sell ice to Eskimos. I know it seems like I can sell ice to Eskimos. I know it seems like I am a smooth talker or magaling ako magsalita. But every time or each time I talk, shoot a video, or write a comment, it still feels like skating on thin ice. Or kahit na ano mangyari, kumbaga kinakabahan pa rin ako, I feel like I am in a dangerous or risky situation. Okay? So, yan yung ating sagot. Ice queen, cold shoulder, break the ice in my veins, cuts no ice, put it on ice, sell ice to Eskimos, and on thin ice. A bit of a warning din, kapag ginagamit nyo na siya in real life or nakita nyo siya sa exams, minsan may one or two words na nakasingit minsan, or iba yung tense, that's okay. So, if you notice, katulad ito, dun sa bandang gitna, it may seem like the gossip-ridden whispers, cut no ice yung nilagay ko. Pero bakit? Kasi yung whispers yung gumagawa ng cutting. So, hindi siya pwedeng whispers, cuts, no ice. Pwedeng cut, no ice. Kasi whispers naman, plural naman siya. Alright, so I hope you got all of this correctly. If you didn't, that's okay. We'll be posting more questions on my Instagram account. So, if you don't follow me yet, you can follow me at Lyqa Maravilla on Instagram. Para dun sa mga quick quiz questions natin, ilalagay natin yung sa story function. May quiz kasi doon. And then, of course, dun sa ating Team Lyqa account din on Instagram, at Team Lyqa, for the throwback questions at important announcements. Alright? And if you have a TikTok account, I'm also on TikTok. Meron tayong mga quick quizzes doon. At the time that I'm filming this, nasa question number 38 na yata tayo sa quick quizzes on TikTok sa Team Lyqa account. So, at Team Lyqa din yun. Doon yung mga educational videos natin, English and Math. And at Lyqa Maravilla naman for my personal account. That's where I post my motivational videos, tips, advice, at kung ano pang mas personal. Okay? So, see you online.
Alright, I hope you learned something today. If you did, click thumbs up. Make sure that you share this video with your friends. Lalo kung i-exam din sila. Dati mas marami tayong matutulungan. And as always, if you want to reach out to me directly, get the reviewers that I made, join the online or live review events, you can go to www.facebook.com/Team Lyqa. Alright? Subscribe na if you haven't yet. Hit that bell. Marami pa tayong videos na paparating, including other sets ng mga idiomatic expressions at iba bang grammar lessons. So, don't forget to hit that bell para ma-notify kayo kapag ready na siya. Alright? Thanks guys for watching. And as always say sa channel to, never stop learning. Aja, kaya niyan. I'll see you in the next video and bye for now. Okay, now thank you for staying until the end of the video. Again, if you want to learn other things, I'll suggest a new video that you can watch right here. And if you want to get to know me on a more personal level, yung aking personal channel ay nandito. So, click nyo na lang yung mukha na yan dyan. Alright? Thanks for watching.